His love and passion for the kitchen made him an executive chef at one of the leading luxury properties on the island.
This is the signature breakfast dish, conch and waffles.
And service is his passion, as he is no stranger to the hospitality industry.
I love meeting people. I meet some of the most interesting characters here at Bahama. So that's the most fun for me. Remembering my guests, my return guests, they always come in and say, "Hey Leslie, how you doing?" And I just love that interaction. Building relationships is paramount in hospitality, and that's where I thrive.
Everyone has a legacy to create our own footprints in the sand. Although our stories others can relate, that's what makes me who I am. I'm just like you, you're just like me. We're all no different, we're all the same. I'm just like you, you're just like me. We're all no different, we're all the same. We are ordinary, but extraordinary. We are ordinary people. We are ordinary, but extraordinary. We are ordinary people.
Kevin Pratt has had 2 open heart surgeries in his lifetime. They happened during childhood, and while he vividly remembers them, he's grateful for life today. His journey has landed him in a good spot.
I started out cooking, I fell in love with it at the age of 11, packing grocery bags. Then I went into, at Super Value, I started packing grocery bags, and then I went on the shelf. I was a shelf boy, and then I went inside the butcher room, and then I went inside the pantry at the Super Value. So that's why my love for it became very, very intense. And I felt like in the kitchen I could always see myself expressing myself rather than sitting down and being confined to an office space. So the kitchen was somewhere I could have myself and showcase who I am as a person. So that was my foundation. So then I decided to go on into the big leagues. I started off it was then the College of the Bahamas, now the university. Started off there, where I met a few good chefs, Chef Mario, Chef Farrington, Chef Thompson, to name a few. Then I got my first opportunity inside a real kitchen at Anthony's Grill. So that was my first real kitchen experience, where I became the lead cook at the age of 19. I started off working as a dishwasher at Anthony's. Then I went for 3 months, and then because the guy was like, "I don't have a cook position open. You just want to come in and cook and just work in the kitchen?" I was like, "I need a job. Let me do it." So I then went and I was on just watching the cooks, in the busy period, cook. Then one day a person called out, like they didn't come to work. So the guy was like, "Do you want to work on the line?" He's like, "But you have to promise me you have to clean up the kitchen afterwards." Chef Paul. So I was like, I don't mind. So I decided to clean up. I went on the line and I performed, and after that, 2 weeks later, I was a line cook.
What was your first meal? What did you cook?
I was on the fryer station that night. So Anthony's, they had calamari. They had a calamari, so I was on the fryer station, and we calamari, we dropped wings and things like that. It was just a, atmosphere like that.
What was your dream, your ultimate dream?
When I started out, one of my mentors, he's now one of my mentors, Chef Emmanuel Gibson, I remember he was my first teacher. It was a Garmager class at the College of the Bahamas. He went around the class and asked everybody what you want to get out of this. And then I responded, I want to be the greatest, the best chef in the Bahamas. That was my dream. And I worked towards that. I always wanted to be an executive chef, and I'm actually living my dream now here with Bahama.
Kevin is 27 years old and is the youngest executive chef on the property at the Royal Blue Tavern.
The experience so far has been a great experience. I get to run my own show per se, I have a great team behind me. The front of house and the back of house get along great with each other. It isn't any war or strife between each other, and we execute day after day after day. Each function we have, we as a management team, we sit down and we discuss how we're going to execute it, the logistics of it, and how each and everybody is going to play a role in their part in it. Then I take my team and I have a roll call with them and I let them know, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. And my team respects me and they see that I leading them in the right direction, and I always make sure to thank them at the end of the night, give them good comments and things like that. They know I expect the best though.
How do you bring out what Kevin wants to do daily in the meal?
Well, I feel as if a tourist comes to the Bahamas, they don't want to eat Texas ribs or somewhere sea bass from God knows where. You know, I feel like you come to the Bahamas, you want to taste Bahamian cuisine, and I try to incorporate that in all of my meals, especially where I feel like I can take a certain dish and take a concept of it and make it into a dining experience that has you wanting coming back for more. That's my whole aspect on it. There was an opening for the executive chef here at the Royal Blue Tavern, and the HR personnel at Bahama gave me a call and they said, Dave, if I'm interested in coming in for an interview. And I was a little skeptical here because of the ups and downs. So I decided to say, hey, let me just give it a try. So I went there and I did the interview, and they said, okay, come back for a second interview. I went for the second interview, did that, and they said they're interviewing me for the executive chef position at Bahama at the Royal Blue Golf Club, and they would like me to do a tasting. A tasting is something that you cook for people so you could showcase your talents. I did the tasting, and they were blown away, and here I am.
What did you serve?
I had to do a 5-course meal for them. I did a 5-course meal for them. I started off with coconut-infused watermelon and goat cheese and blueberry with a aged balsamic reduction and a ginger cinnamon syrup. And coconut simple syrup, but I infused the watermelon with. Then I served a cucumber and mint gazpacho with fried crab and something else I can't remember at the moment.
But you got it.
I got it. Then I did a lobster and corn for them, and I did a steak and something else I can't remember. And then I did a banana cake. So I tried to keep a Bahamian experience to what I was giving them. So each thing that I did had a story to it, like I said earlier.
What's next for Kevin?
Well, what's next to me is to be an accomplished chef. Right now, what's next to me is to ensure that I put Royal Blue Tavern on the map, ensure that I have food and experiences that I could wow my guests with, and ensure that I do my job to the best of my abilities right now.
Well, Kevin made me one of his mouth-watering specialties, and it was not hamburger.
This tongue is so tender. Robert? Robert? What has been one of the most memorable occasions here at Bahama as far as planning a menu is concerned to bring that smile to the face of your guests?
Well, I've been here for months now, and I have two experiences where I feel like the guests were really amazed by what happened. obviously we have a happy hour, so that comes constant. That's a constant thing every Friday from when I started to now. People have been telling me that, hey, they've seen the increase in food quality, food standards, the way food is being brought out, the service standards, the level in which we serve each other. I mean, the level in which we serve the guests, because I come out and I make a round, because I like to interact with my guests, right? And the second one is when I cooked for the executives at Bahama. It was full executive team and a bunch of press people that night, and I came out and I explained each and every dish, and I related it to the Bahamian experience. I talked about the crab cake and we catching crab on the island and things of that nature, and the goat pepper and grits. Somebody asked me if it's grits breakfast, and I'm like, yes, it's grits breakfast. And I took that whole experience and I tried to incorporate that in my cooking and allowed it to shine through the dish.
How passionate are you with what you're doing here?
Very passionate. I've not been good at a lot of things, but cooking is one thing that I put my best foot forward every time I step in the kitchen. I do not accept mediocrity. If it's bad before it goes out to the guests, it's not coming out. I'd rather have a dish comes out to the guests late and right than on time and wrong.
What has been driving you though? What's your driving force?
My motivation is my son. So my son is my motivation from I had him when I was 19, so he is my motivation. That's my driving force. But also to bring the Bahamas on the map culinary wise. I've been on a few national teams before, and to ensure that the Bahamian cuisine is brought throughout the world. Our indigenous ingredients, the things that we put to the table. You could do so many things with soursop, conch, guava, coconut, things that we see every day. And people don't know, like grits. People don't know that you could do so many things with these things. So when you put that in the forefront of our tourists, they get amazed. So you use what you have and you just create a whole new experience.
Kevin made his first mark in competition on a national level.
It was a tryout at the College of the Bahamas. I tried out as a junior chef. Somebody just told me to, hey, go and try out. And I said, oh, well, I'm going to go. And I was a student at the time when I was working at Anthony's Grill. And I tried out. And I actually won it. I won the junior chef division, and we started training, and we went off to Miami for Taste of the Caribbean. And I ended up winning gold, and I won the most innovative dish for the whole competition. I was the youngest, most innovative dish winner. So
which dish was that?
That, wow, it was a spice, if I remember, it was a spice rubbed beef with scallops, sweet potato croquette. I can't remember right now.
But you know you won the gold.
I know I won the gold and the most innovative dish at the time.
What goes into your mind when you are preparing a dish, or how do you come up with all these different menus and different flavors? What is a day like as an executive chef?
A day like as an executive chef is paperwork. But when you try to combine a menu, you have to have a story going with it. So it has to be a reason as to why you put in this item on the menu, and each individual dish has a story behind it. So, and it also has to taste good. So you can't just put like a piece of steak on the menu. There is in your mind you never had it, or you always have to try it and put a story behind it. So my inspiration is having that story behind each dish that I put out.
His experienced hands work well not only in the kitchen, but in other places as well.
I teach at the College of the Bahamas in part-time, and I also am a coach at the Freedom Farm Baseball League. I coach little kids, so that's what keeps me going, the youth of the nation.
How important is giving back to your community?
I feel it's very important. because somebody gave me a chance growing up. I was, like I said, I wasn't one of the honor roll students or one of the limelight students who would always be showcased during school times. I was a little bad boy growing up. I was a bad boy growing up, but somebody gave me that chance. Somebody looked at me and said, "Hey, I want to give him that chance. I want to give him a chance to show what he's worth." And each and every day, I wanna, if the best I could do, give somebody a chance to say, "Hey, Chef Kevin gave me a chance to showcase what I could do, regardless of what other people thought about me."
Welcome, madam, to the Royal Blue Tavern. My name is Leslie, and I will be taking exceptional care of you for the duration of your stay.
What you're doing for us is amazing, you know. And the other night, you know, when we had the dinner together, we done a press conference. I thought you did an amazing job. And as always, you know, I can always count on you. So thank you very much. Okay?
Thank you, sir. It's an honor to be a part of the Royal Blue Tavern, and we appreciate the business, and we will continue to impress and serve eloquently and sophisticatedly.
Fantastic. Take care, okay? And we'll see you soon, I'm sure. Okay, bye.
That's Leslie Gator, the assistant manager at the Royal Blue Tavern.
I started off at Bahama. One afternoon, me and my dad was watching TV. I saw a commercial for the signature 18-hole Jack Nicklaus golf course. I was very impressed. Jack Nicklaus, of course, is the best golfer in the history of the sport. So for him to have his name on this product, it had to be a terrific product. So I wanted to be a part of that no matter what it took. I woke up that morning, I put on my nice tux, came up to Bahama, and I asked, hey, I wanted to be a part of this hotel. So everyone was saying to me, you need to go online and apply, but that wasn't satisfying. So I hung around, and believe it or not, I got an interview that very same day. Got an interview with the LDI program, led by the Right Honorable Dr. Lloyd and Lawson Clark. They invited me to be a part of the program, and it started from there. After the program, I became a butler for 2 years, serving some of our senior managements. And after that, I was given the opportunity to be an assistant restaurant manager at the Royal Blue Tavern. I wanted it really bad, you know. I slept on it, and it was like, I felt that something was here for me. Filling it out online, I wasn't fulfilling. I have very little patience sometimes, so I felt that by me coming up here, looking my recruiter in their face and letting them know, hey, how bad I want this, would be more, I would leave a better impression than just going online and filling out the application.
Fate would have it that Leslie would become a major player in the hospitality industry.
Welcome to the Royal Blue. Service has been a part of my life for a very long time.
Oh, it's a great course, beautiful, lots of great service. The caddies are excellent, and you know, the course is in excellent shape. So we had an excellent time. I mean, I can't say anything. It's set up. You know, you have a lot of challenges. You know, typical Jack Nicklaus course. So yeah, he protects the greens.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, very nice course. Very nicely done. The hotel's very nice too. So.
Well, I'm happy you're enjoying your stay here with us at the Royal Blue Tavern. Once again, my name is Leslie. If there's anything else I can do for you to make your stay better, let me know, sir.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Madam, how you doing? Welcome. I get a sense of satisfaction knowing that my guests came to the Royal Blue Tavern and experienced Bahamian cuisine, fine service, just the the sheer joy that they get from my service is enough satisfaction for me.
And how has that impacted your life?
It has impacted my life tremendously. I know service on a world-class stage. I know what is expected, and this product means more to me than just a job. It's what we leave behind for future generations. You know, I want to leave a successful restaurant behind so that the young guy growing up has something to look forward to know, hey, if I come to the Royal Blue Tavern, I'm going to be a world-class manager, a world-class server, a world-class chef. I remember faces quite well. With my guests, I always try to remember what they had the last time they were here. I have a knack for how a guest feels in my restaurant. I could look at a guest and see if they are not satisfied, so I will go over and see if I could fix any problems that they may be encountering. But guests generally want to feel appreciated. They want to be remembered. You know, they just want to feel like they're at home. They want to have that sense of place when they come over to the Royal Blue Tavern.
What was your first experience like having this job?
Ooh, my first experience at the Royal Blue Tavern, I was impressed by the layout. I was impressed by the facility. And also the golfers, you know, the golfers, they have their own characteristics they come with. So they're mostly casual gentlemen used to just having a little side snack and getting back out on the golf course. So they want to be served quickly and efficiently. Coming from being a funeral director, I'm used to crowds. I'm used to hosting people when they're in their despair, in their moment of despair. So when you're on vacation, this is a breeze, you know, this comes naturally to me, and I just love doing what I do. At the Royal Blue Tavern, we offer a relaxing atmosphere with a touch of sophistication. So my guests generally would come in, get very comfortable, and then we serve them with first-class service, and they generally are very, very happy to be with us. I wouldn't want to work anyplace else. Bahama has revitalized me, has given me an opportunity to be a productive member of society, and I want to thank everyone who's played a role in my development as far as becoming an assistant manager. I grew up in the Camp Road community all my life. I know it's hard. I know that getting a job sometimes may feel inconvenient, but what I want to say is you have to remain humble and steadfast, and don't give up. You have to have a hunger to succeed. No matter what no one says to you, believe in yourself first and foremost, because no one could believe in you unless you firstly believe in yourself. Be passionate and go at it firmly with great attention to detail, and someone will recognize your passion and give you the chance to show what you have to offer.